An investigation is still ongoing after a plane crashed into Lake Hartwell. According to deputies, the crash happened Saturday afternoon near Long Point Recreation Area. The FAA says the plane is a Beechcraft B-55, and we're told the pilot, who is missing, was the only one on board. Deputies say divers were called to the scene. The NTSB is also helping with the investigation.
And the Abbeville County coroner is investigating a deadly fire. Officials say this happened around 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon at a home on Highway 184. This is in Donalds. They say 58-year-old Theodore Parker Jr. was found unresponsive inside the home. We're told life-saving measures were taken, but Parker later died. An investigation is still ongoing, and the coroner says the cause of that fire appears to have started in the kitchen.
In Easley, Upstate Granite Solutions has set up a 9/11 memorial. The 15-foot-tall Twin Tower exhibit is located on New Easley Highway. The monument features 2-scale model granite towers with 2 NASA searchlights. There are also nearly 3,000 American flags surrounding the towers, representing those who lost their lives during the attacks. The memorial will be up through September 20th.
And at 6:49, the launch of a new program in the Upstate kicked off yesterday to provide a sense of healing to those who have served on the front lines. Hasty's Haven, a nonprofit known for rescuing horses and then turning them into therapy animals, partnered with nonprofit Operation Fallen Feather. They held a meet and greet in Easley for first responders, veterans, and their families, giving them the opportunity to bond with these horses.
Horses are sentient beings. They are more emotional than people realize. They are also empaths, so they feel others' emotions. They feed off emotions of others.
Joanne says horses have the ability to create a sense of comfort and healing that humans just can't at times, and the event also featured other local veterans organizations.
Well, President Joe Biden is set to make a big push to dramatically cut the number of Americans who die from cancer.
Yeah, he's bringing attention to his Cancer Moonshot initiative on the 60th anniversary of President Kennedy's once impossible goal to get Americans on the moon. Jared Hill is in Washington.
Patrick and Destiny, the president's goal here, cut the number of cancer deaths in half in 25 years. A doctor we've spoken to says this is doable, and we've already seen progress in that direction.
We can do this.
Pushing the boundaries of science like presidents before, President Biden pressing innovation to save lives.
We can end cancer as we know it.
At the JFK Library on the 60th anniversary of his speech to get man on the moon, President Biden touting his administration's plan to cut cancer deaths in half in 25 years. Today, the president making 3 announcements, appointing the first director of the Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health, launching an initiative to expand biomedical research and manufacturing, and outlining progress from his cancer cabinet. That team only in place for a short time, but doctors at Johns Hopkins University say the U.S.'s focus on cancer has reaped enormous benefits in recent decades.
Now we can catalog all of these defects in any individual patient at any time, and that's radically changed the way we build new cancer treatments. So there are these targeted therapies.
But one struggle has been getting the treatments to everyone who needs them. Equity, a focal point of Biden's Moonshot program, something doctors say needs to continue.
Don't let things like ability to pay or logistics, ability to drive to a place for treatment. Let's make sure everyone has access to the progress that we're making.
Today, the president is also expected to highlight a new study validating the use of blood tests to screen for multiple cancers. Experts, though, say that it's way too early to tell whether this will significantly cut the number of cancer deaths when done amongst healthy people. Reporting in Washington, I'm Jared Hill for WIFF News 4.
It's 6:52, and starting this morning, thousands of nurses throughout the state of Minnesota will be on strike. The strike is expected to last 3 days and will include workers at 16 hospitals in the area. This comes after talks over the weekend failed to produce contract agreements. The nurses are asking for a roughly 30% wage increase over 3 years, citing pandemic burnout and staffing shortages. Hospitals say they cannot afford that increase and instead offered 11 to 12% over the same time period.
At 6:53, a victory for gun control advocates. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express will add a new merchant category for firearms retailers. This comes after pressing the financial industry to do more to help curb mass shootings. The new category was approved by an international entity that sets industry standards. Until now, gun shops were categorized as specialty or durable goods sellers. This new code is for businesses that primarily sell firearms. Big box retailers have different merchant category codes. The card networks say that they will implement it while supporting lawful purchases and protecting consumer privacy.
Well, a college in Kentucky is hoping to inspire the next generation of girls to consider working in advanced manufacturing. Bluegrass Community and Technical College's Georgetown campus invited middle and high schoolers across the state to visit, get some hands-on experience, and ask questions from people in the field. Saturday's event was called Girls Can Too. The school has a significant number of female faculty members in manufacturing, electrical technology, and robotics that the girls can get role models to look up to.
Yeah, awesome things.